Upbeat, confident intro music fades slightly into the background. Hello, and welcome back to Law Unwrapped, where we simplify the law to empower your future. Today, we're talking about one of the most nerve-wracking moments in anyone's immigration journey. The interview. This is it, the moment that can decide everything. After months, sometimes years, of paperwork and waiting, you're finally face-to-face with an officer. All your hard work comes down to this one conversation. One nervous slip-up, one inconsistent answer, or one missing document can derail your entire case. It's a high-stakes situation, no doubt about it. But here's the good news. If you know what mistakes to avoid, you can walk into that room with confidence and walk out with an approval. So, let's dive into the 7 critical mistakes you absolutely must avoid during your immigration interview. Stick with me, because understanding these pitfalls is your key to success. First up, and this one is huge, is mistake number 1, not knowing your own application. Think about it from the officer's perspective. Their job is to verify the information you've already submitted. They will test you for consistency. They'll pull up your forms, whether it's the I-130, the I-485 for your green card, or the N-400 for citizenship hand. They will ask you questions based directly on what you wrote. Before your interview, you need to become an expert on your own life story as you've presented it. Review every single answer you gave. I mean everything. Dates of employment, previous addresses, the timeline of your relationship. Every detail matters. Even small, innocent contradictions can raise a red flag. Forgetting a past job or mixing up the dates you lived at a certain address can create suspicion where there shouldn't be any. So, print out your application, grab a highlighter, and study it. This isn't about memorizing lies. It's about refreshing your memory on the facts you've already provided. Your consistency is your credibility. All right, moving on to mistake number 2, bringing incomplete documents. Imagine going through all that preparation, nailing the questions, and then getting a delay or even a denial simply because you forgot a piece of paper. It happens more often than you think. You need to treat this interview like the most important meeting of your life. Always, and I mean always, bring the originals and copies of every single document related to your case. This includes your passport, birth certificate, marriage certificate, driver's license, or state ID, and any relevant visas. Don't forget supporting evidence, like joint tax returns, recent pay stubs, joint bank account statements, and photos together if it's a marriage-based interview. Create a checklist. Organize everything neatly in a folder or binder. Having everything ready shows the officer that you're prepared, organized, and serious about your application. Missing just one document can cause unnecessary delays, forcing them to issue a request for evidence and extending your wait time by months. Don't let a simple mistake like a missing document stand between you and your approval. Be over-prepared. Now for mistake number 3, and this is a delicate balance, giving too much or too little information. It's easy to fall into one of 2 traps. Either you're so nervous that you give short, one-word answers, or you're so eager to please that you start rambling and volunteering information the officer never asked for. Let's break this down. When the officer asks a question, like where do you work, the correct answer is to state the name and location of your employer. You don't need to launch into a 10-minute story about how you got the job, what you do every day, and your difficult commute. Listen carefully to the question and answer it directly and concisely. However, avoid being too brief. One-word answers like yes, no, or Chicago can come across as evasive or uncooperative. The officer wants to have a conversation with you to gauge your honesty. So, if they ask, how did you meet your spouse? Don't just say at a party. Give a confident but concise answer. We met at a friend's birthday party on June 5, 2021. It's honest, it's detailed, but it's to the point. Find that sweet spot between being a closed book and an open diary. This next one is specifically for couples. Mistake number 4, inconsistent answers between spouses. If you're attending a marriage-based green card interview, this is one of the biggest red flags for an officer. They are trained to detect marriage fraud, and one of their key techniques is to see if you and your spouse have your stories straight about your life together. In some cases, especially if the officer has suspicions, they might separate you and your partner and ask you the same set of questions. This is often called a Stokes interview. They will ask about the details of your daily life. Questions can range from what did you have for dinner last night, and what color are your bedroom curtains, to how do you split your monthly bills, or when was the last vacation you took together. The only way to pass this test is to have a genuine, shared life. Before the interview, don't try to memorize scripted answers. Instead, just talk to each other. Casually go over the history of your relationship, how you met, the proposal, your wedding day. Discuss your daily routines. The goal isn't to create a script, it's to refresh your shared memories so you can both answer truthfully and confidently. Your genuine connection is your best evidence. Let's talk about something everyone feels: nerves. Mistake number 5 is acting overly nervous or defensive. It's completely normal to be anxious. The officer knows this. But how you manage that anxiety is crucial. Officers are trained to read body language just as much as they listen to your words. If you're fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, or getting defensive, it can be misinterpreted as dishonesty. So, what can you do? First, breathe. Before you walk in, take a few deep, calming breaths. When you sit down, try to maintain good posture and make natural eye contact. A simple smile can go a long way in creating a positive, non-confrontational atmosphere. Remember, you are there to present the truth. If you are being honest, you have nothing to fear. And if you don't understand a question, don't guess. It's perfectly acceptable and much better to politely say, "I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. Could you please repeat that or phrase it differently?" This shows you're engaged and want to provide an accurate answer, which is far better than answering the wrong question. Honesty and calmness will always beat anxiety. This brings us to a very serious point. Mistake number 6. Hiding past problems. Many applicants are terrified that a past issue, like a minor arrest, a previous visa overstay, or a denied application, will automatically disqualify them. So, their instinct is to hide it and hope the officer doesn't find out. This is a catastrophic mistake. Let me be perfectly clear, USCIS and other government agencies have extensive access to records. It is almost certain that they already know about your past. They have your fingerprints, they have access to criminal databases, and they have your full immigration history. The interview isn't just about what happened. It's a test of your character and truthfulness. When they ask, "Have you ever been arrested?" and you lie, you have just turned a potentially waivable issue into a charge of misrepresentation or fraud. That is much, much worse and can lead to a permanent bar from the United States. Always be upfront. Disclose everything. Being honest allows you to explain the circumstances, show remorse, and demonstrate rehabilitation. Hiding it destroys your credibility completely. Always tell the truth. Finally, we arrive at mistake number 7, not having a lawyer present when you should. Now, not every case needs an attorney. If you have a straightforward application with no complications, you might be perfectly fine on your own. But when is it a good idea to bring a lawyer? If your case has any red flags, like a significant age gap in a marriage, different cultural backgrounds, or a quick courtship, a lawyer can help you prepare. More importantly, if you have any past immigration issues, like a prior deportation order, an overstay, or a criminal record, having an attorney is not just a good idea. It can be essential. A good immigration lawyer does more than just sit next to you. They prepare you for the difficult questions, they protect your rights during the interview, and they can step in to clarify legal points if the officer is misapplying the law. They act as your advocate and a calm presence, preventing trick questions or misunderstandings from derailing your case. It's an investment in your peace of mind and the successful outcome of your application. So, let's recap. To walk out of that interview with an approval, you need to master your own application. Bring a complete set of organized documents. Answer questions directly, but not too briefly. Ensure you and your spouse are on the same page. Manage your nerves with calm confidence. Be completely honest about your past, and consider hiring an attorney if your case has complexities. Remember, the immigration interview isn't designed to be a trap. It is your single best opportunity to sit down with a decision maker and prove that your story is real and that you deserve to be approved. As we always say, confidence comes from preparation, not from luck. Prepare well, and you'll be ready for anything. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this breakdown helps you feel more prepared and less anxious about your upcoming interview. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to Law Unwrapped for more content that simplifies the law and empowers your future. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.